Hello there, guys, and welcome to today's. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry, if you just arrived. Basically, today is a different day to what we normally do because um, we have some interesting news in regards to economic freedom fighters. It is not good news for the EFF guys because um, people that started the movement, one of them decided that he's no longer part, he's no longer going to form part of the economy fighters. Again, guys, if you are able to hear me or if I'm too soft, just let me know so that we adjust anything giving us any problems. From my end at the moment, I don't see anything wrong. Unless you guys come across any problem, just do let us know so that don't have any issue regarding that. So it is a very, very interesting day today. The MK party is taking over. I think that is the correct um, way to really say it. Maria, welcome. And the MK is taking over. So basically, guys, just to say something before we start, um, if any of you guys want to be part of the show, I'm trying ways in which I can make you guys part of the show. I'm still speaking to people that can really come and comment. Unfortunately, today you can't find anyone who could comment on the EFF issue. But if you are able, or if you want to be part of the show, most reliable source at the moment is Google Meet. It's available on mobile, and also if you have a Gmail, it is easy to do it on a laptop. So anytime that any of you guys feel like you want to be part of the show, you can just shout, and then I'll give you a link to the Google Meet. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of opinions in regards to what transpired today. You want to be part of that and have your opinion, I'll give you a link and you can just call in and I'll accept the call and then we hear from you. So I'm sure you guys will let me know. I've just put, I've pinned a comment in regards to that. So basically, I hope all of you can hear me. As I said, if you can't, let me know. This is where we start today. The day started normal, but somehow we knew that something is really happening there by the EFF. Um, Nobody ever thought that out of all the EFF members who were leaving, Floyd Shivambu would be that person who decide to leave. I mean, I saw reports that Floyd is leaving, but what I did not know is that where is this guy going? I understood he's going, but where? And when he announced that I am leaving to the MK party, I was really shocked. I won't lie, I did not see that coming. At first, I thought Floyd would probably say that I'm leaving and I'm no longer joining politics, or he would say that I'm going back to the ANC. Because looking at it, I never thought there is any political party that Floyd could go to, if not the EFF. But oh boy, did we have a surprise. So Julius Malema last night, 10:03, on his WhatsApp status, he had the following: disappointments are inevitable, but there comes a time when you must make unpopular decisions. Painful, but it has to be done. That was Julius Malema in relation to what Floyd Shivambu put on the table. Floyd Shivambu did not go on and say that he's leaving the EFF today. Floyd said that he's leaving the EFF last night. Not even last night, yesterday, by telling the EFF that he shocked Julius Malema because of all the people. I don't think Floyd is that person that we would really think that he's leaving. So here's Julius Malema's message saying that I am leaving. Admitting that Floyd is leaving and speaking about some decisions have to be made. So we worried about that, and finally we had a press conference. Floyd got the opportunity to tell the world what is going on. And this part of the video is where Floyd was really telling us that here is my decision and I'm going forward with it.
Just to give clarity so that there is no...
Pardon me. Let's forget to...
speculation. I've decided not to renew the membership of the EFF because I will join and participate in Umkhonto Wesizwe party. I am not going to speak here in Winnie-Madikizela Mandela House as to what is the basis of that, because that will be tantamount to campaigning already for Umkhonto Wesizwe party. So I'm going to be actively involved in Umkhonto Wesizwe party and shape its direction and the politics that are obtaining today in South Africa. So that is to end the uncertainty or speculations that have been obtaining in terms of what is going to happen. There is no specific position that has been assigned to me. There is no commitment or any promise of deployment to parliament or to anything. It's a decision that I have taken, and I think and believe that it will add meaningful value to the progressive and revolutionary politics that must be pursued by all the progressive forces in South Africa. Thank you very much.
That is Floyd Shivambu. And I actually don't agree with him when he's thinking about deployment and the fact that he's not going there, not promised any deployment. I've heard rumors that Floyd is probably going to get a higher position than many of them. So the issue of him not getting any deployment, he's probably not wanting to say it, but we know that Floyd is going to get a position there by the MK party. I apologize, guys. I was just trying to put up link on my apology. So Floyd is going to get a position there by the MK party. And nobody can judge Floyd. Nobody knows what went through the relationship of Floyd and Julius Malema. Nobody knows. But one thing we know for sure, Floyd would not leave if there was nothing going on between the leadership in the economic freedom fighters. They failed to gain, to win more votes during the national elections, were just the start of a problem. Of course, there were many problems, but that fail really was an entrance into the communication of saying, what next? You know, I was really bothered when EFF was the first political party to run there to the IEC to have a press briefing about the results. And what happened next was that the EFF accepted them. I mean, they were doing it in good faith. They didn't want to see any infighting, any situation that might lead to people starting an uprising against the IEC. I commend them for that. But what I did not like is that they became the first party to jump with 9% to say that we accept them. And Julius actually says something about, if you are not careful, you might end up seeing us in government. They got the opportunity. Probably Floyd wanted to play a role in government. And when it did not happen, that was the last straw for Floyd Shivambu to probably say that I don't see myself going further. And remember, they are going to the elective conference. There is a big challenge there that Floyd might not make it. So to forget and to avoid any problem that might come to his way, for him is just to look for another home that is going to be better than the economic freedom fighters. That happens to be Umkhonto Wesizwe party. The chessman again, Jacob Zuma, plays chess. He knows the game. He knows politics. He has promised people that don't even think about writing me off. I am going to be back in the politics. He's back. No one can deny that about him. Just to say it, guys, while we go on, just click the like button. And I've said this on the pinned comment. I've said that if any of you guys want to be part of the show, maybe call in. You are welcome to indicate on the comment section. I've got a platform called Google Meet where you can just call in. We can have a conversation. I'm sure a lot of people have their own views about what really transpired. But as I wait for you to say that and even to say anything on the comment section, we continue. Floyd tenders his resignation. Julius Malema accepts it and then goes further to say that they've actually had a meeting to speak about this, and a long meeting. And I looked at Julius Malema's face. I saw pain. I saw someone who probably sat there and had one too many beers just to say that, let me forget about this because what is happening now is something I've never expected. Check this video.
Thank you very much, members of the media, the officials of the EFF. I stand before you to accept the decision of the Deputy President of the EFF, who has voluntarily resigned his positions and did not renew his membership. When he sent me a letter yesterday, I felt the same pain when I received the news of the passing away of my mother. Because Floyd, to me, is not just a comrade, he's a brother. And he will remain a brother even when he pursues his political career differently. We formed this organization together. And I've told him that resigning from the EFF is equal to resigning from himself, because this is his organization. The constitution of the EFF does not allow people to resign and join other political parties and come back to the party. But I've made this offer to Floyd, that the day you decide to come back, you are more than welcome, because you are not a member. You are a founder of this political party. So you are not our enemy, will never be your enemies. We'll continue to engage on different political and personal issues. Floyd is not the only one. Jimmy Manyi has also resigned to go and join MK. And there will be many others who are going to leave the EFF because they've got their loyalty and support to the Deputy President. So fighters on the ground should be prepared for more people to follow. And this should not serve as a point of collapse for the EFF. This is a testing moment. The organization that has lived beyond 10 years has never been through this testing moment. The EFF will have to pass this test or it will have to die. And we, as members and leaders of the EFF, will defend its life, will make sure it lives forever for generations to come. It is the responsibility of the provincial leaders, the regional leaders, and the branch leaders to consolidate the ground and strengthen the branches of the EFF. This is not the end. It's a beginning of a journey, because we've turned 10 years and this is a new chapter for the EFF. So you can be rest assured that we are not going to be howling insult at each other. We are not going to be speaking bad about each other. Individuals make individual political decisions, and they will stand by those decisions. We all write our own individual history, and the Deputy President has decided to write his own history.
My apology. I think sometimes we issue networks. I do hope it bounces back because buffering. At most times it is caused by the fact that I'm using high quality, playing high quality high memory, ends up having an issue. But I'm sure you can hear my voice, and it is going to put up. We proceed. So basically, that was Julius Malema's um, indication and speaking about the issue of resignation of Floyd Shivambu, amounting it to the time he got a call about his late mother when they were saying uh, that the mother has passed away. So that is the pain that Julius Malema is speaking about, the fact that he felt so much pain when he received the news of Floyd Shivambu leaving. We are not in the EFF, but one thing for sure that we know, he's not living on good terms. That I can assure you. There is no way that Floyd decides to leave or join Umkhonto weSizwe party, and we can say that business as usual, nothing was going on. So I do believe that something must have happened to lead them to having the issues that they are having. And unfortunately, it is what it is. And what has to happen next? I'm just checking, guys. Forgive me. I'm like a bit slow. My network is really going to ruin our. Okay, I believe we are back again. So back to the issue. Julius Malema says that he accepts the resignation of Floyd Shivambu. And he says that by accepting it, he also will be willing to to let Floyd Shivambu come back because he is the founding member of the Economic Freedom Fighters. We both know that by being the founding member, the Constitution, by not allowing people to be part of it, it doesn't mean that by giving Floyd Shivambu just a pass to say that if you want to come back, you can, it is okay. It shouldn't be okay. I mean, a lot of members have left the EFF and they were told you can never return. Now, if now Julius says that Floyd will be welcome if he ever makes a decision of coming back, then we have a problem because how about the other leaders who left? Shouldn't we keep the same procedure that we have for the rest of them and keep it to Floyd Shivambu? I mean, I'm just making a comment on that, but I feel like Julius Malema is hurt. Julius knows for sure that what's going on at the moment is something that he never prepared for. He knows for a fact that he has been sitting there hoping that they can go towards the conference and everything goes as normal. But unfortunately, that is not the issue. Here you have a statement from the Umkhonto weSizwe party. Umkhonto weSizwe party speaking about a statement on Mzwanele Manyi and Floyd Shivambu. By the way, it's not only Floyd Shivambu. Mzwanele Manyi also joined in leaving the EFF to go and join the MK party. It says Umkhonto weSizwe party confirms that Comrade Mzwanele Manyi and Comrade Floyd Shivambu have joined the party. The MK party welcomes the decision by these astute and well-experienced leaders, as it could not have come at a better time. The onboarding of both these progressive and politically experienced comrades will further strengthen the agenda of the Progressive Caucus. I don't think they should put Mzwanele Manyi in the same sentence as Floyd Shivambu by saying the onboarding of both these progressive and politically experienced. I don't believe that Mzwanele is politically experienced. I think a lot is missing there. He's been going all around, changing like he's changing clothes. The ANC, he goes to the ATM, goes to the EFF, now the MK party. You don't trust people like that because you can't give them anything and say that we trust them based on this. There are people that you can look at and say that these ones will sell me out, as we have seen at the press conference. While addressing the issue, Julius Malema says Zwanele was trying to speak to Julius, and then he had to go through the SG. The SG never gave him an opportunity to do that. And actually, they are not even faced by him leaving. Um, Samuel, Floyd will regret with this decision. But again, Samuel, you are saying he's going to regret, but maybe it could be that while going to the elective conference, Floyd was going to be put aside. Maybe Floyd is leaving because he knew that it is going to be called for him when they go to the elective conference. I think Floyd probably wants to be a leader, and being the deputy president is not something that he sees himself sitting for a long time. Uh, Musanda says so the constitution can be changed because of the decision of a president. It looks like that, Musanda. Looks like Julius is willing to let one go just because it is Floyd. Let us again remember who Floyd is. This is the guy who drafted or helped draft the constitution of the EFF. I've said something about the fact that MK doesn't have a constitution. So who is the better person to go there and help draft if not Floyd Shivambu? I'm going to play other videos, but before that, let us look at this screenshot from Floyd Shivambu on Twitter. Immediately, 1 hour after they were done with the press briefing, he goes on Twitter and he says, "The time comes in the life of any nation when there remain only two choices, submit or fight. Submit to the EFF or fight to be a new leader, I guess. That time has now come to South Africa. We shall not submit, and we have no choice but to hit back by all means in our power in defense of our people, our future, and our freedom." One interesting fact that Floyd is leaving. And by leaving, it means the EFF will not have a deputy president. Malema says that when Floyd leaves, we are not going to give a position to anyone because we are just closer to December. If we give someone that position, it means we are giving them high expectations in terms of that position, which is true. Who is going to fill that position of Floyd Shivambu? On the comments, Hypodemic says it is not like he will be the president of the MK Mus. Well, Hypodemic, there are suggestions that he might be given that position for your position. So don't write him off as just yet. He might be in that position. I don't think of all the people Floyd would decide to go to MK if he's not gaining anything. I think there's something that Floyd will come out of the MK party with, and it just remains to be seen what is that going to be. This is his message. And again, one interesting factor I've heard is that Floyd requested to the EFF leadership to say that I want to leave, but by leaving, I want us to create a cool environment so that there's no hostility. I leave, no character assassination between me and the organization, meaning that none of the leaders can go and say that we tried to help Floyd, he decided to go his way. We don't need him anymore. And Floyd doesn't go and speak about some things to the EFF. But again, Floyd is leaving. Will the VBS issue follow Floyd? Because by leaving, it means now at the MK, someone has to protect you. The next video that I'm going to play was Julius Malema. I think it is about last year. There was a gala dinner. Unfortunate words by Julius Malema. And whichever way you put them, they were unfortunate because you can say some things and really be speaking somehow letting your deputy president know about if they betray you. I really felt like he shouldn't have said those words. Anyway, this is what Julius Malema said.
We are not in a competition with each other. And I've made it very clear to Floyd, the day you get tired of me, don't go and organize against me.
issues in the.
And I've made it very clear to Floyd, the day you get tired of me, don't go and organize against me. Just tell me, I think you have served your term. It is time to go. I will leave without putting up a fight because I will know it's a friendly fire and it comes from a good place. The problem starts when you start organizing against me, and I hear it in the corners. I'm very ruthless against people who do such things to me. So never try that with me. And he knows that because I've never lost a conference in my entire life. And no one I supported has ever lost a conference in my entire life. I'm a tactician. I always plan my way. And I always plan to the extreme. When I get married, I imagine the day of divorce. I don't stay on the day of happiness. I've already lived my day of divorce. Even when they visit me, they will never shake me because I've seen them before. I plan in advance. Even with politics, the day I get into a position, that is the day I prepare my exit. That's why I will never trouble you. When they expelled me, I never put up a fight. I went to farm cabbages and they followed me. And once you follow me, I told you, do not conspire against me in the corners because I will plan my comeback. And when I do so, I'm very ruthless. I don't play games. And I do so without hesitation. I tell you on your face, a war has been declared. Let's fight. Because I'm not a coward. I don't conspire around against those I work with.
That is Julius Malema. Again, guys, apologies for the slow network sometimes. At night, it sometimes gives problems. So, as we are rebooting, going back to the system, reality check. You wouldn't quit EFF for a lower ranking position, of course. And Johannes, what will happen to Juju then? Well, Juju becomes the leader, goes on to continue on that position of a leadership. And unfortunately, there is not much resistance that Julius will be getting from any of the leaders. If Floyd was giving Julius a challenge, no one else would. And again, guys, as I'm speaking here, I'm just trying to get the video rebooted so that it can work properly. Thank you for being part of the show again. And if you can, please click that like button. Masilu says, is this the end of the EFF? I swear, I don't think so, Masilu. I believe that there's still a chance for the EFF. They just need to work together and find a solution amongst themselves so that at least something can be workable. Musanda, Mr. Malema was saying the ANC was going to die in the hands of the DA, not knowing that the EFF is the one under threat, the threat of MK party. Zuma, as Malema says, he's a very ruthless leader. It's actually not the title of Julius Malema. That is the title of Jacob Zuma. Very ruthless. You don't mess around with Jacob Zuma. You are going to find yourself without a party. People were reshuffled there 2 months into a salary. They were going there by looking at houses, calling agents about houses. Now they are unemployed. Zuma wants people who can come and work. Anyway, Lerato, this will be a challenge to the EFF on how they come back from this after the conference. Correct, Lerato. I agree 100% with you on that. Papa Kamu says dictator Malema is now looks confused. Floyd is not happy about open borders policy like all of us. I'm happy that he showed you a middle finger. I wish Ndlozi can be next. Papa Kamu, who have you voted for? Are you an EFF member or what? I just want to know that. And Hypodemic, I'm one of the people who think a big plan is at play here. Something will unfold soon. The reason why I don't agree with that issue of saying that something is being worked between MK and EFF is because the way Julius Malema was heard tells us that he did not expect that the guy was ambushed. So you cannot ambush a leader and then say we are working something out. He looked like someone who's drained. If EFF thinks they are working something out with the MK party, I've got bad news for them. You're going to work something out, but in the end, there will just be 6 members in the EFF, the top 6. The rest of the people will be there by the MK party, because what Zuma is doing is playing chess. Politics is politics. I can say something which probably people can argue against it and say that, the day that Julius Malema was doing pay back the money, Babaga Duduzane must go, I could say that Jacob Zuma never forgot about that. Jacob Zuma took that to heart and said that I will get back to Ramaphosa for what he did, but I will also deal with Julius Malema for what he has done. So by now what's happening? People could think, well, Zuma and Julius are working something. You only find out that, checkmate, Zuma is declaring something that Julius never thought is coming. Anyway, Musanda, what is going on with Dr. Ndlozi? I don't know about Dr. Ndlozi, but he was mentioned as part of the people who could probably leave to the MK. But I hope he doesn't leave so that he can get a position in the top 6. The only leader with common sense in the EFF at the moment, I'll tell you, Veronica Mente, Buisen Ndlozi. I'm saying common because these are the leaders who, if they are given opportunity and a line to speak their mind in line with what the party says, these are the leaders who can gather support around. They are the only leaders after Floyd Shivambu who can push this EFF towards its goals. Beauty Taban, no problem, Mr. President. Malema life goes on. EFF on one end because of him. Never we love you, Malema. I see. Ramaphosa told Malema not to play a man play the ball. Viva Malema, long live Malema, and Julius must play the ball. Okay. So let's get back to the topic. As I was saying, probably Jacob Zuma still has something against what Julius did. So you shouldn't be surprised next thing if you see that what is happening now is a calculated move by the president of Umkhonto weSizwe Party. From here, I've got a video here. I've been playing videos and they seem to be failing me, but I do hope that the one that I'm going to play now, sorry guys, I was just posting a link on Twitter just to my viewers. So if you can, guys, while we are still busy, click the like on the video. So I've got the video. Here is the video. Someone just posted it during the day on Twitter to say that the reason Floyd is leaving because he was never given a chance. I think they were doing a joke about it, and I looked at the video. I laughed because, I mean, what is this? I would want to take out the volume so that we don't end up having issue with network. So here's Julius Malema. Yes, you can see it. Floyd is just, let me just increase. It buffers, it's fine, we'll come back. So look at the hand of Floyd Shivambu. He's trying to be in the picture. And they say, hey, hold up, man. You are not part of the leadership. You see? The small things keep that anger in a man exploding until he finally realizes that I am done. But I'm not saying this is what happened. I think people were making a light joke about it. Probably this is why Floyd Shivambu decided to leave. I don't think so. Mrojani says they are acting, redesigning their careers, and people think they are separated. Redesigning your career. There is no such thing in politics. The sooner people admit and take it that Floyd is gone and there were some infightings in that party, the sooner the better. I would not just leave a political party that I helped build and go join someone who I know tomorrow he can wake up and say, Floyd, you are being expelled. And if you ask, he says, you are just being expelled, take it. I cannot leave a party where I have a higher position, where I'm earning a good salary, and go join Jacob Zuma and then say that it is a strategy. Against who? For the next 5 years, EFF and MK are going to be oppositions. Who are you plotting against? Because we are not even closer to 2025. If they had done it last year, I would have believed that maybe they are working on something, not now. As we continue on, guys, I appreciate your comments and you guys taking part in this. Nick says, okay, James says, Smart Boy says, Jones is ready to be the next deputy of Malema. I believe so. Is he going to play a bigger role in that position? I have a theory. Don't get me wrong. If Malema decides Buyiseni Ndlozi will get that deputy position, few things must happen. Julius must not address all of the media briefings. Julius must not always be the one at the forefront in terms of media. Julius must stand back and be the leader. Take, for example, you don't get recently Jacob Zuma always addressing the media. I know he's old, but there are leaders who speak, Secretary General. If you have a Secretary General that is challenged in terms of answering questions, get someone else to do it. Ramaphosa doesn't always go to the media. Pikile does that. Julius needs to stand back and let Buyiseni take over. Because I know under Buyiseni, things are going to be said, but in a polite way, that even if he's going out of the way, people are going to say, understand. Go backwards, Julius. Let some of these leaders, let the good doctor with a PhD be the one to be able to spread the message forward. We have heard what Julius Malema said for so many years. It is time for a new brain to come. He can remain the president, but he cannot remain the speaker of the party. Why is that sooner the better? Okay, I love Malema no matter what, and EFF will not die because one resigns. Tapiwa, the sooner you realize that it is not just instant death, you will know that Floyd departure is a big challenge to the EFF. Yes, Tabang, Floyd is probably going there to draft MK party. So this is the picture that many can really say that will be remembered in the history of South Africa. The T picture, Julius Malema, Jacob Zuma, a Tea Party. When this picture was uploaded, a lot of people were blown. But I can tell you one thing on that picture. There is one man, I don't know colors well, but I think he's wearing a lime shirt. That man has been behind Jacob Zuma for so many years. That man has been advising Jacob Zuma. That man was a lawyer, is a lawyer that has been on Jacob Zuma's case in regards to MK party. I am not going to be surprised the next time or the next day if they say Dalimpofu is leaving the EFF. How is Dalimpofu a member of the EFF? I know he's a lawyer. He has to accept each and every case. But it doesn't make sense. You are running towards elections. This is your member in good standing. The same member is fighting for a political party that is contesting for elections, that at the end took that position you occupied. I mean, someone make me understand. If Dalimpofu leaves the EFF, I am not going to be surprised. I am going to be the least surprised out of everyone because Dalimpofu's actions worried me a lot. Anyway, Denzel Washington, the barber, Ndlozi might be on his way himself. Well, they are suggesting that Ndlozi might be leaving, but we don't know that yet. I think Julius has to beg. He has to beg and plead with this man, Ndlozi, to stay. If Ndlozi leaves, brains are going to be missing there by the EFF. Someone says, well, we can't really say that because Floyd is not the only brains in the EFF. People Mchitama came and went. They were the brains who were assisting Floyd Shivambu there. A lot of people left. Just look at this year alone, since after the elections, so many people left the EFF, and some of them were not happy. If that is not an indication of cracks, then I don't know. Because it cannot be that so many people leave a political party and then we can think, well, it is not something to cry about. They are going to find a way back. It's such a shame that the EFF finds themselves where they are now. And hopefully they gather their minds around and work towards rebuilding what they have. It can only get worse for the EFF. Reality check. Of course, from now on, it can only get worse. Another issue that I have, I think Julius Malema was the central person in the EFF. And I believe that he's a good leader. He has a lot of opportunity. But there are times when a leader should not even entertain anything. I'll give you an example for one. There was an issue of Chidima. The EFF goes to speak. Even Julius goes to speak about it. You have the whole nation rallying behind a cause saying that we cannot allow this. Okay, we go to a point where the Home Affairs even comes with something and say that, an identity was stolen. But the EFF had already said a lot. This is the same narrative, the same attitude that was used before the elections. People don't agree with a certain thing, especially illegal immigrants. EFF stand up and say that you are being hateful, you are being xenophobic. Who are the people voting for you? The same people who are saying are being xenophobic are voting for you. That's fine. They go and get 9%, shockingly. Zuma gets around 12%. They get 9% and go and say that, we accept the results, but if you are not careful, you might see us as part of government. Negotiations come, they go. EFF is not part of that. They try to be in the negotiations by last minute. I'm sure Pigile is the one who told them you still have a chance, lying to them. They go and try to create a statement giving ANC some of the things they would like to work with them on. The ANC goes and announces that they are working with the DA, GNU. EFF is not there. Calculation. Zuma did not play part of the negotiations because he knew that his demands were not going to be met. But the EFF, they had a lot to lose. Why did they not go and say that we are joining the GNU only if we are going to be allocated accordingly? We can let the DA be part of it, but we are going to outshine them on our positions. They did not do that. It's about we cannot work with the DA, but you want to be in power. If that answer is yes, work with the DA. You're not even working with them. You are focusing on your portfolio. I think that is where the EFF has missed a lot in terms of having to be in government. The reason Floyd left, that is according to me, it is because Floyd wanted a position. Floyd wanted to have an opportunity to play a role in government. They denied him that. Now he's gone. But VBS might come in full force since Floyd left. Now they are separated. We are going to see if it comes, because it's on its way, what is going to happen. Speaking for Chidima was not a very smart move. So Taban says, I'm with Julius. Taban, are you shouting? I'm with Julius all the way. My family lost land to white people. I'll never shame. Again, I hear you. I really understand. Every person who says that white people this, white people that, I do understand. And I always say, do we not have a way of addressing these issues and not lose votes? Because now what happened is that EFF lost vote, not because of the land question. they had a momentum um, during that thing of a land question. I'm not sure if I can ever find Lekota and Malema uh, video. I remember there was a time when Lekota and Julius Malema um, were attending these things of land questions, and Julius Malema was so angry during that day, and then almost clapped Lekota with one. Yeah, I've got a video. Of course, let me show you this. Let me show you this. Just like the video. I just want to show you this. Again, thank you for being part of the channel. Click that like button. I just want to show you this video. I'm sure this thing is too slow today. I wonder what is the issue. Just a second. I wanted to show you this video. I'm sure most of you have seen it, where Julius Malema almost gave Lekota Varam clap. I don't know why it keeps. I think I'm the one who's creating this, playing videos that are going to put us in trouble. But I wanted to play a video of Julius Malema and Terra Lekota. I think it was when they were during the land question. I've wanted to play that because of the land question. So I was saying that the issue between Julius Malema and the land question, EFF and the land question, we really want to address that. But they had a momentum and they dropped that momentum because of advocating for foreigners, more especially legal foreigners. The statement of find creative ways coming to South Africa will haunt Julius Malema for a very long time. He must really sit and really appreciate the fact that he contributed to some of the things that we see happening in the EFF. Floyd could only take it up to such a point, and it's sad to see him go. It really is sad. We know the brains that can come and speak to the people was Floyd Shivambu. The person who can go and address parliament was Floyd Shivambu. Now, you risk having people shouting while giving their speech. You risk that. And unfortunately, what can we do as the people? Because we had a chance to really show our impact. I will forever like Boysen Ndlozi for what he did during the elections when he went there to clarify the issue of open borders and foreigners. He tried. But you can see that he didn't want to go off-road so that he angers some of the leaders. He tried. That is the leader you take forward and say that, here's the EFF, let it be under you, be the leader. If you don't be the leader, be the deputy. And then you go and give him a space and chance. You can't be in an organization where as a leader, you don't have much of a say. Publicly, I don't know, in private. Be a leader in public and have a lot of say. Knowing very well that your brain can influence a lot of people. We need people like that. But unfortunately, is Floyd the death of the EFF? That we don't know, but we are really worried. If he becomes that, what happens with that work that they have done? So hypodemic, do you think Floyd can leave an organization he created just for a party that was formed a few months ago? I really doubt. We all have opinions. I'll put mine across. What if Jacob Zuma says, Floyd, my man, you are getting arrested with this BBS. I have mastered getting out of allegations. I've had 700 and something charges. If you come and join me, I am going to support you. I'm going to protect you. You don't need to be there at the EFF. They don't appreciate you. They don't value you. You come to us. I'm going to give you a big position. And of course, as a movement, people have to contribute if they are members of parliament to the movement. You are not going to contribute for a year. It's just my theory. For a year, so that you can sort yourself out, but we are going to protect you. Floyd would not leave that um, option that will be given or opportunity that will be given by MK Party. Is going to gladly take it. Floyd was going to be that person who was not going to get an opportunity when going to elective conference. They were going to put him on a cross. By leaving, he knows very well that he's not favored in the EFF. So I am not really shocked by him leaving. I think it is a good move by Floyd. But is it a good move for by going to the MK Party? Absolutely not. I'm worried about him going to MK. You can leave the EFF and go anyway, but MK, I'm really worried about that. Masilu, Floyd can't wait to be used by Malema at all. You think he was being used? Uh, well, Hawelo, welcome. You were quiet, Hawelo. I thought you were not around today. You are saying Zuma will protect him. How? Maybe I read too much into these books. I've read few of the books, and I've followed politics for a long time to know that the influence of Jacob Zuma is a powerful one. If Zuma did not have influence, Zuma was supposed to go to jail, to go to prison for more than 15 years. Zuma has people around him who can be able to help him. The influence of that man is still existing even now. Ramaphosa is afraid of him. They know very well that if we go and do this, we might come across some challenges with Zuma. So don't really write off Jacob Zuma at all. The man is still powerful. Floyd made a big mistake, mark my words. Toto TV, what do you mean he made a big mistake? What must he do? Must he stay in the EFF and wait until he's contested and taken out of that seat? Floyd was not going to win. People don't really know that. They don't really know that this was more about what is happening in December. Tabiwa, I did not see your comment when you say your analysis. It seems you don't like Malema and EFF, but how do I not like them? I'm sure maybe you just came in today. I always speak about issues the way they are. I cannot go and say that, well, it's a good thing Malema is going to come back stronger. We have to criticize what we see as wrong. And what is wrong at the moment in the EFF is that there are many blunders that they've made. Last year, ANC were making blunders. This year, EFF are the ones making blunders. They are not immune to criticism. We must really look at them in the way it fits. They dropped the ball. You cannot lose a leader like Floyd Shivambu and we stay there and say, well, we are hating on EFF. EFF will bounce back. Floyd is not someone you can easily let go of. For instance, Julius says that, Floyd, you have left, but I am going to say that because the constitution doesn't allow someone who leaves to come back. If you want to come back, we'll let you accept you back. It tells you that this is the man they don't want to lose. So am I hating EFF? Am I hating Julius Malema? Absolutely not. I have no issue. And when they do good, I always say it. Sorry to explain a lot about that. However, we were still watching Olympics in the past few weeks, hence the absence. Okay, however, I get you. Denzel, why are you worried? Who was going to contest Floyd and win? However, even if you don't want to admit it, but Marshall Dlamini, if he contested Floyd, Marshall was going to win. It is not because if he wins, maybe he's more intelligent than Floyd. It doesn't work like that. You get people who vote for you. I can go and use money like 2017, use money to get that support. I will still win. So I think Marshall Dlamini was the one who was going to contest Floyd. Uyisen Ndlozi was going to get a position, but Marshall Dlamini was going to contest Floyd and he was going to win. It is not about how many people love him. It is about the branches that are getting the message that vote for this one, don't vote for that one. So in that way, I think Floyd was going to lose to Marshall Dlamini. I'm highly disappointed. Sedilaka, I hear you. And a lot of people are really disappointed. I mean, who would have thought Julius Malema and Floyd Shivambu? I mean, nobody thought that those can be separated. I would want to play a video before we end this, but because my sister doesn't want me to play a video normally, I'll try. I'll try. If it doesn't work, we're gonna let it. George, if Zuma die, I see big problems here. MK will also die. Well, isn't Duduzile Zuma the one who's going to be the successor to Zuma? Isn't she the one who's going to take the reins and lead the political party? But then again, we don't know. We will see that. So again, what do you guys think? Is this the end of what do you call it? Is this the end of the powerful force of EFF? It might not die until maybe the next 10 years, but is the power of EFF going to be the same? I must say again, guys, I value your support. If ever you feel like sending a super stick and super chat, feel free to do so just to support us. Also, we have a membership gifting. My friend, just a membership to support the channel. Of course, it can't be me without really saying it out loud out channel. I value your support. Super stickers, super chat, membership, gifting. You can do that. I'll appreciate it. However, Marshall has no voice. Don't think he has that influence. But however, what I said is that it's not about what voice you have. It's who you speak to. If Marshall is closer to Julius, then if he's more closer to Julius than Floyd is closer to Julius at the moment, then Floyd will not beat Marshall. It is not about how intelligent you are. It's about alliance. Malema is going around meeting with Ramaphosa and Zuma at the back of Floyd. So this is the outcome of selfish behavior. I hear you, Masilu. I bet my savings this is the plan. No way everything happens, Jay. No way. However, did you see the pain on Julius Malema's face? Unfortunately, today my system doesn't want me to play videos clearly, but I'm going to try and play it again. Did you see the pain on his face when he spoke about the issue of Floyd leaving? That is a man who's really feeling the pain of saying, my partner in crime has left. Literally, my partner has left. I'm going to be the sole leader. Who started this party? There are people like Fana Mukwena who started the party. Where are they? They're at the back, arguing with Gayton Mackenzie there in terms of this stem. No one will vote out Floyd. Okay. So we've been here for 1 hour. I'm just gonna try and play Floyd Shivambu sleep. Julius Malema. I do hope it plays out nicely. That was when he was accepting the resignation.
Thank you very much, members of the media, the officials of the EFF. I stand before you to accept the decision of the Deputy President of the EFF, who has voluntarily resigned his positions and did not renew his membership. When he sent me a letter yesterday, I felt the same pain when I received the news of the passing away of my mother. Because Floyd, to me, is not just a comrade, he's a brother. And he will remain a brother even when he pursues his political career differently. We formed this organization together. And I've told him that resigning from the EFF is equal to resigning from himself, because this is his organization. The constitution of the EFF does not allow people to resign and join other political parties and come back to the party. But I've made this offer to Floyd, that the day you decide to come back, you are more than welcome, because you are not a member, you are a founder of this political party. So you are not our enemy, will never be your enemies. We'll continue to engage on different political and personal issues. Floyd is not the only one. Jimmy Manyi has also resigned to go and join MK. And there will be many others who are going to leave the EFF because they've got their loyalty and support to the deputy president. So fighters on the ground should be prepared for more people to follow. And this should not serve as a point of collapse for the EFF. This is a testing moment. The organization that has lived beyond 10 years has never been through this testing moment. The EFF will have to pass this test or it will have to die. And we, as members and leaders of the EFF, will defend its life, will make sure it lives forever for generations to come. It is the responsibility of the provincial leaders, the regional leaders, and the branch leaders to consolidate the ground and strengthen the branches of the EFF. This is not the end. It's a beginning of a journey, because we've turned 10 years, and this is a new chapter for the EFF.
This is the new chapter for the EFF. I can gladly tell you that you are going to expect more resignation, more resignations from EFF members. It's just that I forgot to edit that clip when Julius Malema was speaking at the funeral of Moshe Mpatlele. He alluded to the fact that sorry, there are members who have not contributed anything to the elections. They have received less votes as compared to what Mpatlele received, and said those members are going to be dealt with. Those members do not deserve to have a seat, a position. And he said we are going to publish them. Again, you are just 5 minutes to the active conference. Was it so soon? I think it was. I think the EFF and their announcements, some of the people are really worried in the movement that they are no longer going to be part of the leadership. You might as well just leave. That is what you see now. People are leaving because they understand that we were not going to get that opportunity. I think we have exhausted whatever we want to say, especially you guys. As I can see, you are no longer active on chats. I believe after an hour, as we always do, it provides an opportunity to say goodbye. But again, I really appreciate you guys being part of the show. You continue to come, and I saw today we were closer to 400 as far as 380. I appreciate that. Everybody who keeps coming, clicking that like button, joining us, I appreciate it so much. Floyd Shivambu is the new member of the Umkhonto Wesizwe Party. I'll update you as time goes, as you know I do, and hopefully we meet again on a live stream next week, Tuesday. We did not do anything just this Tuesday because I was not feeling well. But again, let us watch the development. I can promise you, by tomorrow, Fikile Mbalula is going to call a press briefing and is going to want to answer to what Floyd Shivambu has done.